inspiration. A foundation still important today, the process of sharing words strung together that help point out the way, the many voices within each page. Turn pages from the past that resonate with you today. Turn pages today that create an escape within your mind. Turn pages that express a treasure within your tomorrow. Turn pages that hold a future for you to follow. We are turning pages.
Hello, my name is Fowzia Adan. I'm a recent graduate from Boise State University with a degree in public health. I came to the United States about 8 years ago. My family and I lived in Kenya before we arrived here, but we're originally from Somalia. As a young girl, my mom always told me about the value of education and everything. And back in Kenya, I had the opportunity to go to school for a little bit, but then we had to stop due to different circumstances as paying fees for 2 children was not a possibility for my mom, so she had to pay for one. So my brother went on and got, to high school in that sense. And then I stayed back because I knew I can help my mom better and, work with her where she was working at. And when we came here, the first thing for me was clicking. I was like, whoop, I'm gonna go back to school. I started right at high school. I went to Bora High School, graduated 2016. So graduating right now is very important for me, my family. I mean, in my whole community, it's like, oh, Fowzia graduated from college, she did a 4-year degree. Here I am, 24 years old. I didn't think about it when I was 12, 13. I didn't think I would have this opportunity, come here, get my education done. Here, I'm gonna share with you a book called The Proudest Blue by Ibtihaj Muhammad. This book is about, a story about hijab and family. For me as a child, I've never had to go through the transition of not wearing the hijab and then going to first day of hijab, because I've always, as far as I can remember, I've always worn the hijab. So this was, a lot of young hijabi girls can relate to this book because of, they have their first day of hijab as, maybe middle school. The first day of middle school, you go in with your hijab and now, you're a hijabi. On this page, it talks about, the kids whispering about the main character in the book. And, the little sister says, the first day of wearing hijab is important. Mama had said, it means being strong. And then she says, Asia's hijab isn't a whisper. It's very important we learn about the different things around us so that, we don't have to say, what's that on her head? Or, is that a tablecloth? If kids are exposed to this earlier and knowing that, okay, this is a hijab, there's a religious purpose behind it. And, this person wears it because of reason Y, Z, and all these things. Kids will be more openly say, oh, I know that's a hijab, wouldn't have to feel so uncomfortable in some senses. And then Faiza, her younger sister, the other character in the book, wouldn't have to worry about, my sister isn't, I need to go see my sister smile. I'm hearing all these people whispering about her hijab, or I'm hearing that little kid saying, oh, I'm gonna pull that thing off your hair. She shouldn't have to feel that way, She should be able to feel comfortably say, oh, that's my sister, she's wearing the hijab. Next year, I'll be old enough and I'm gonna start wearing the hijab. She shouldn't get the fear of not wearing the hijab or getting judged because, okay, what's that on your head? Or trying to answer all these questions that sometimes is like, of course, this is not a tablecloth, but for a kid, he might not know any better, but if they're exposed to it, as I said, it would make a lot of difference in, how even the kids engage at a younger age and being more open to different cultures and different settings in that sense. My name is Fowzia Adan. I loved reading The Proudest Blue, and this is my story.
We stem from simple memorization, memories of the epic odysseys that allowed the blind to see and freely roam, aspirations of a hero's return home, pictures painted, whether full of truth or slightly fabricated, haunted by mystery and a dream. the scheme to reveal a message, a moral learned, a choral serene, large enough to leave a mark on the hearts of those who open their ears to hear the underlying theme, inspiration. A foundation still important today, the process of sharing words strung together that help point out the way, the many voices within each page, the relationship between character and reader, storyteller, narrator, business owner to a teacher, musician, filmmaker, politicians, and a variety of leaders, breeding braids and waves that weave tales, webbed together to connect a community. Pages, one by one, are turning in unity. Over years, from parchment and scroll to a bind, we find new enlightenment from the old. A gift from a mere book, soup that warms the soul, or an impact on a mind that seeks purpose, a ripple from a pebble that dives under the surface. From off the shelf we carry a compass, the blueprint of navigation to our circumference. With wisdom at the steering wheel, we will always feel accomplished. Peel back the cover, discover the scent of borrowed time, turn pages from the past that resonate with you today. Turn pages today that create an escape within your mind. Turn pages that express the treasure within your tomorrow. Turn pages that hold a future for you to follow. We are turning pages.